What's popping with y'all, man? Shit. I want to talk to y'all for a second about, it's kind of uncomfortable. So I got to kind of wash my seats and shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially with this dirty shirt. That's why I got that damn seat cover under there. I want to talk to y'all for a second about a couple things. Number one, I want to talk to y'all good men. The good men. The bad ones, I don't give a fuck about. Well, I can't say that, but this is not for you. If you're a bad one, when I say bad man, I mean a man that is bad for women. You might be a good person, but you're bad for women, and you know who you are. So, you know, I'm not going to fucking sit here and point out who's who. I don't know. You know. I don't know. You know if you're bad or not, right? Ecclesiastics says the man who pleases the Lord shall escape from the harlots. What are harlots? AKA whores, hoes, whatever you want to call them in modern day era, right? AKA bad woman, basically. So if you are a guy that you're trying to do the right thing, you have good intentions, and you like, why don't women like me? I see a lot of good men say this. Supposedly good men. Let's say that. They be like, oh, they don't like the good man. They don't like the good man. Well, that's because, like I said in millions of my videos before, a good woman, women who are not attracted to good men are not good women. Now, that don't mean they got to be attracted to you per se, but if she's not attracted to you and you are a good man, let's say you are a good man, if she's not attracted to you, she'll be attracted to another good man. She's not going to be curving all these good men that want to be with her and all that and say, I just want a man who doesn't like me at all. You see a lot of that going on, and the reason is because those guys, I feel, like I said before, those guys really aren't good guys. That's why they attract bad men. The problem with y'all men is y'all associate what you like, how much you like a woman, with good woman. And you can't do that. I say this over and over again. Even though you are supposed to like a woman because she's good and all that, but you can't just say just because you like a woman, that makes her a good woman. She really has to be a good woman, right? Proverbs also says that she's loud and stubborn, and she abided not in her house. She's never in her house. That don't mean a woman can't go out. It more or less means she's for the streets. It doesn't mean that a woman can't go out and live her life, but it more or less means she's for the streets. And we already know what loud and stubborn is. You know what I mean? This is what you see everywhere you look. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Man, fuck all that. All that masculine energy is a big turnoff, and you should run far away from it. Those are not women that are for, you are a good man. Those are not women that God wants you to choose. Plain and simple. You guys got to stop affiliating beauty with a great woman, because if you don't, you're going to pay dearly. And does that mean you should get with a woman you're not attracted to? No. But you can't say that just because a woman's good looking that this is from God and I'm going to marry her, or you'll be a Scottie Pippen. You'll be all these other guys that got, they didn't avoid the harlots. And it really goes vice versa, too, with the women. You know, good women, I believe God looks out for them and keeps men away from them that are good for them. You know, a lot of y'all think that, you know, it's a bad thing when people reject you or don't like you or something, but it's really a blessing in disguise. I say this all the time about good men. Think about it. All the good men, even women you watching, because it goes vice versa, too. Think about how many times you look back on people from high school or something that encouraged you or whatever. You look back like, man, I'm glad you didn't like me. Just think about it. And then some of y'all avoided the, you was in relationships with bad people, but God spared you. You didn't end up getting them pregnant. Not always, but a lot of times you didn't end up getting them pregnant, things like that. God spared you because your heart was good. You know what I mean? The good guy is he's going to more than likely escape. But if he keeps flirting with the bad women, he might burn himself. But the Lord tries to have mercy on good people. I say this all the time. So all these Chads and Tyrones and all that, yeah, it looked like they winning, looked like every woman like them, but there's a reason for that, man. The devil can only use people he can use. If you're a good guy, he can't use you. He can't hurt you with a woman because you're good intentions. So this explains why a lot of females like men who are not good for them. This also explains why a lot of men like women who aren't good for them. It goes both ways, right? It goes both ways, man. The devil cannot use people that are not going to hurt somebody. Period. I say it all the time. Oh, yeah, they're getting a lot of women, but this is why you see most men who are basically players getting a lot of women, because they're being used by Satan to play women. And the same thing vice versa with the female players. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. What it looks like is not what it really is, man. So you got to understand why, okay, this person don't like me and this or that. Now check yourself at the door. Make sure that you as a man or a woman, you got a lot of things going on for you. And then if people don't like you, it's got to be one or two things. Either you're not their type or they are attracted to bullshit. There's no other way around it. There's no way that a man or a woman just going to overlook a good-ass woman or man. They got everything going on. It's not going to happen unless you're just completely not their type. That's the only way that that'll happen, which is fine. But I guarantee you, you will see that person that you're not their type. I guarantee you, you'll still see them pick a good woman or man. See, it's not the good woman or man part that they're rejecting. They just don't like you, right? But then you got some people who are literally rejecting good women and men. You might be everything they really want, but they don't want you because you're a good woman or man. And then sometimes the people themselves spare you because they know you're a good person. Like say a man or a woman knows you're a good person, and like, I'm not going to do him or her like that. They'll spare you themselves, which could be tied into God sparing them. I don't know. I'm not God, you know what I'm saying? And not even close. But I do believe God spares people, man. I don't like, so if you like a bad woman that got bad intentions, a lot of times God will not let them people like you. Just like I said in my prayer a long time ago, God don't let the right or the wrong women like me. I did that for a reason. And don't let me like the wrong women. I did that for a reason. And I feel there's power in prayer. So I feel if a woman's a bad woman for me, she's not going to like me. So when a woman rejects me or something, I always go back to, like, not literally, I don't really get rejected. But if I did get rejected, let's say I did get rejected. Everybody gets rejected, right? But let's say I really did. I don't even be trying to look for women. I just let God deal with some things. I can't control everything, you know. But let's say I was looking, let's say I'm dating or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And women are rejecting me. Or a lot of y'all getting rejected, right? Maybe you didn't say that prayer, but I still feel God looks out for people who have good intentions. I really feel that way, man. Because every time I look back at a woman who tried to play me for another guy or this or that, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's either one or two things. Either they ended up with a good-ass dude, which means I just wasn't their type or something. We talking about my whole life, right? Or I look back like, damn, thank God I dodged a bullet, basically. It's one or two things. Either I wasn't their type, but they still ended up with a solid-ass dude, which I really can't think of any that happened to, but I'm sure there's some out there, right? We talking about my whole life. I ain't about to remember all that. I can't remember all that, right? But for the most part, especially exes, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. They'll never tell you that. They'll never say that I was the best. Well, they might tell me, but they're not going to tell y'all that. You know what I mean? They're probably not going to let them know that. Sometimes they're not going to let me know that. Well, then again, they always let me know that. But who knows? They might be lying. I don't speak to them, but when I did see them or whatever, you know, I could tell that they realized. But and sometimes it's not that a woman or man is a good woman or man. It's the devil, basically evil spirit, evil energy, making that person think that something good for them is bad, and then making people think something that's bad for them is good. You gotta watch out with that shit too. That happens a lot. So in other words, you see a woman or man, and it's not like you really don't like them or something, but in your mind, for whatever reason, you think that you wouldn't be happy with them or whatever, or you might think you might be super happy with them and you might not be. It could go both ways, you know what I'm saying? But either way, man, it says that the good man is spared. The righteous man will avoid the harlots. So a lot of y'all men are you like hoes, man, and that's why you're frustrated. Good men. We're not talking about the players. They gonna get that. That's their karma. You know what I mean? You reap what you sow. That's what they deserve. You know, yeah, they might look good. The women might look good, yeah, but they're really not good. Like the Pookies and Ray Rays or whatever the fuck you call it, Pookie, Ray, Chad, Tyrone. Yeah, they might have a woman who looks good on the outside, but you don't know what they're going through with that woman. You know what I mean? Everything look all gravy, but more than likely they probably would allow a clamorous female. You know what I mean? Probably sleeping with his boy behind his back. You know what I'm saying? Disrespectful. All type of shit, man. It just looked good. It looked good. And that's what us as men got to realize, that even though looks are important, they're always going to be important to a man, right? That's just what it is. They're important to women too, but definitely to men more than women. But you got to realize this. I'm not saying get with an ugly woman that you don't want or something, in your opinion. Ugly woman in your opinion. But what I am saying is, it can't be a number one priority when you're trying to screen out if a woman's good for you or not. Looks shouldn't even... Looks, once you see, okay, she looks good, attractive, that's it. Now you got to see who she is. You can't... But the problem is, men will... they'll stop there. Oh, she looks good, that's it. I don't give a fuck if she just... murdered her last boyfriend last night. I don't care. She looks good. They'll throw everything else out the window. You know how they say women make rules for betas and break them for alphas in their eyes? Betas in their eyes and alphas in their eyes? Because it doesn't mean it's really legitimately true, right? But either way, you know how they say that? It's the same thing with men. When they really like a woman, like she's really attractive or something, he'll throw everything out, every rule that he had in the book, he'll throw it out. And you can't do that. It don't matter how good she look. I'm not tricking on her. If I can't get her to like me just by being me, then I guess she's not the right one. And that's another thing that y'all gotta realize about harlots. They're very deceptive. They're very cunning. So that's why I tell men, don't do magic tricks. Don't be trying to buy them, none of that. If you want the right one that's right for you, that's not gonna basically possibly cost you to lose your life or your freedom or something, if you want, or even destroy your whole empire. If you want one that's not going to do that bullshit, and you want one that's really from God, then all you got to do is basically, I don't want to say be yourself, but I would say this: try to be as righteous as you can. Try to be as good of a person as you can, and I believe the karma that you will reap will be good. Even when it comes to women. Even when it comes to women. But if you want to be a player and you want to break the rules and you act like you're better than God, right? And you're gonna God's rules, his iron hand don't matter. You want to act like that, and you're gonna pay. And that's the same thing with y'all women too. It's the same thing. You can ignore it all you want. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. God don't exist. Okay. Well, you're going to get busted in your head. And it's not going to be pretty in the end. And it's just going to make you even worse, sour, scorned woman. You see a lot of that going on. 3 kids and stuff. Some of these women, man, they don't even want to look at you. Like, they're rude as fuck, man. Not all of them, but some of them. You ain't done nothing to them. They just that gone. They that scorned. Just the sight of a man pisses them off. You ain't done nothing to them. But other men have, so now she hates all men. She could be blocking her blessing. You could be the blessing of her life. But she's so scorned and so angry from other men, it's too late. Once a good girl gone bad, she's gone forever, I guess. And the only way to revive a good girl gone bad is through God. There is no other way. You ain't going to do it. She lucky if she can be able to pull it off, but she gonna need God to pull that off. And the same thing with the men. once they gone bad and feel like they just gonna be a player and all that shit, and it's all about fucking and all this and all that, it's over for them. Only person gonna revive these people and make them stop cheating and all that is through God, man. There's no other way. You're not gonna do it. So all y'all women who think you're gonna change a man once he go bad, you're not gonna do it. But yeah, a lot of women are harlots that the Bible speak of, and they don't even realize it, man. They don't, man. The elite have put this agenda out for them to follow, the Nicki Minaj and shit. Nothing wrong with listening to that shit, I guess. Well, kind of it is, especially if you can't handle it and don't let it pursue your soul, whatever. But most people can't. They take it to heart, you know what I mean? They think it's cool to be the bad bitch and shit. They don't even realize they're being harlots instead of righteous females, man. And that's the reason why they're not getting the man that God wants them to be, the type of man that God would want for them. And they're not going to get it, because until they become the woman they need to be for God, so God can give them that, they're not going to get it, man. They're not going to get it. They're going to just keep getting men from the devil, basically, and keep wishing that they had this great man, you know, and they're going to keep liking the wrong type of guys. So just like the sinful man, the sinning man, when I say sinning man, it means like a man that just doesn't care. He doesn't even try to be good. You know what I mean? Just like he gets overtaken by the so-called harlot females, same thing vice versa when the women are bad. Because if it's only the bad type of men that are getting the harlots, and the woman is carrying herself like a harlot, by default they have to connect. Because if God is watching over the good men and blocking them from, for the most part, you might have some here and there, but for the most part, God is trying to keep the bad type of women away from good men. How are women who are crying about good men gonna get them unless they change? There is no other way. There is no other way, and that goes for y'all men. You not getting a good woman that, you know, from God, all this special shit, you're not getting that unless you change it, right? And that is facts. That is facts, man. There is no other way, because God is also guarding over these good women, just like he guards over the good men. And it could be numerous ways. It could be as much as somebody just overlooking you or thinking they wouldn't be happy with you, so they choose this other guy or girl over here. It could be small as that, whatever. Point is, when you do good, I believe the Most High watches out for you, man. So a lot of y'all men, I do believe a lot of y'all are good, man. I do. Because you wouldn't be looking on up videos and stuff, why women doing this and all that. If you was a player, you would probably already know why they're doing it, because you dealt with so many of them and you do the same shit. So game recognized game. Players don't really have to get on no Facebook channel and looking up videos of why women did this. So that's men who tried to love women and like women and got played and like the wrong ones or whatever. You know, more than likely. You might have some people who are going to use it to their advantage and use people, right? But for the most part, players are already good with women. And they get rewarded that but they get rewarded the women who deserve the players, more than likely. Sometimes they might get some good women and get a chance to destroy them, but a lot of times, no. And the same thing vice versa, man. I really feel like the man who finds favor with the Lord will escape the harlots. You know, no baby mama drama and all that. You know what I mean? You might be skating on thin ice or something though, but you'll probably more than likely escape it. But men who are just belligerent and gone, yeah, there's going to be some consequences, some lifetime consequences with them, more than likely. You know, a lot of men, you see them with 5 baby mamas and stuff, right? He didn't escape the harlot because he's basically a harlot male version, right? Same thing vice versa. So don't go crying and pouting because, you know, you're a good dude and you can't figure out why the so-called, a lot of women don't like the good guys. No good guys, he's boring and all that. I just told you why. Because she's probably a harlot, man. A.K.A. whore. A.K.A. hoe. No good woman is going to say, I don't like good guys, they're boring. Nah, because a good woman's vibration and energy is basically the same type of energy as a good dude. Period. Same thing vice versa. Just telling y'all the truth, man. Believe what you want, though. And Don't feel bad about it, man. That's why I keep telling y'all good dudes, even good women, because I feel like sometimes good women get overlooked too. But I see it a lot with men. I see it a lot with good men. Not the players, though. I never hear them complaining. You know why they'll never complain about women? Because they're probably the ones doing the shit that these good men are complaining about women are doing. You know what I'm saying? Also, players understand if I complain about women, then I'll lose more women and shit like that. They understand women. That's how they are so good at getting them. Because they're good at deception and all that bullshit, right? But yeah, man, the righteous, it said the sinner will be taken by the harlots, and the righteous men will escape them. Plain and simple. And I believe that applies vice versa. I don't know, I ain't seen a verse for it, so don't get me lying, but I'm pretty damn sure that it applies vice versa with women, because I see a lot of times when women are good, they actually do escape. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't even get pregnant. But then on the flip side, I see a lot of women who are basically what you would call harlots, no disrespect. And I see them with 5 kids and shit like that, you know what I mean? And we're not talking about marriage kids like they had them with relationships. We talking about baby daddies here, here, and here. And they the same ones that still saying good men are boring and all that. And it is what it is, man. You know, a lot of y'all men are worried about bad women. Then that's the problem. And the reason why you don't get this is because you affiliate looks with good and bad women. That's your problem. It's the biggest problem. Or maybe it's not just looks, because looks are subjective, but a lot of it is how much you like a woman. If you like a woman a lot, it's like I don't give a fuck if she's bad or not. I'm throwing all the rules out. Just like I say what women do with who they see as alpha and beta, they'll throw all the rules out. But when it's a beta, he chewed his food wrong. I don't want to go on a date with him again. Shit like this. But for the most part, as men, women might not understand this, but as men, we know throughout our whole lives that most women do reject men that are good for them and like the ones that are bad. And a lot of times that's just God looking out for you as a good man. So just keep it moving, keep self-improving. And one day you'll look back and you'll be glad that you dodged those bullets. And honestly, as a woman, it's the same thing. I believe if your heart's in the right place as a woman, I believe you'll be dodging a lot of bullets too. You might like some of those bullets or not understand why you can't have those bullets. But once it's all said and done, you'll be like, all right, I see why. You know what I mean? Especially if you dodge bullets and then in the end, you end up with somebody that makes you super happy and shit, and it's really a more godly type of dude and all that shit. You'll be happy as hell those other guys didn't like you like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, vice versa. So yeah, I'm out of here with that shit, man. And you know, it also said that she's clamorous, loud, and stubborn. You know, so don't speed, man. You're gonna get a ticket. Nah, shut up. Let me live my life. That type shit. Just loud and belligerent. Bitch ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. Y'all see it every day on the fucking Facebook. I ain't gotta go through this. Those are harlots, man. And if they not harlot, if they young, they on their way to becoming harlot. They're gonna be indoctrinated. They're gonna be good women going bad. And once that happens, it's over. Unless they turn to God to change them, you know, to help them get those type of ways out of their spirit and their whole life, you know. It also says she buys not in the house, you know. She's always out in the streets. She's for the streets. She's for the streets, man. She's never in her house. Never. That's different if you like always out with your kids or something, or you just out enjoying life. That's a whole different thing. But, you know, we know that's not what harlots do. Harlots don't do that. Harlots go out looking for men and manipulate men and all that bullshit. She can't stay at home. She'll lose her fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Be thankful if you're a good woman or man. I'm telling y'all, man. You know, the right person, I don't feel they'll reject you. It might not work right away. Y'all might not be together right away or something, but you know, they might not like completely just ignore you or something. They might not just be ready or some shit. Who knows? It could be some things, right? But I feel like in the end, you can't miss the right person. And I feel like the wrong people are supposed to be, they're not supposed to be for you. They're not supposed to like you. In other words, the wrong people are not supposed to like you. So stop crying and stressing over that bullshit. The wrong people are not supposed to like you. That's how I would look at it. If a woman don't like me, this is how I would look at it. That's how you should look at it. If she was from God, how the hell she don't like me? How would she not? It don't make no sense. Of course she would. The problem is, as humans, we kick against a lot of that. We kick against things that might be good for us. And then we like things that probably aren't good for us. And if you're a woman, you got all kind of choices to pick from when it comes to men. So it's even harder. The rabbit hole's even harder for you. Yeah. But that's all I gotta say, man. Y'all have a good night. And I hope I helped out a lot of men out there who feel sad. Some of y'all probably still virgins and shit. You know, I don't know. But I'm sure I got some men that watch my YouTube channel and you wonder why women don't like you, why Chad and Tyrone this or that. Chad and Tyrone has just been used by Satan to destroy those women who unfortunately deserve to be destroyed, because they are actually destroying Chad and Tyrone too. They're not good women. They just appear, they're beautiful, a lot of them, but they're not good women. You know, they could be, but they don't want to be. Just like any man can be a faithful, good man if he wants to. It's not like only certain men can do it and certain men can't. Nah. So if you're a woman and you wonder all men cheat and all this and all that, nah, that's a choice. All men don't cheat because all men don't choose to cheat. All men don't sleep with every woman they see because they don't want to, right? And neither do all women. It's a choice, man. Everybody has the capability of being good or bad, but who's going to do it? Who wants to do it? Everything is a choice. So if a person likes you or not, it's a choice. All this fighting them and try to make them like you and shit, you're wasting your time. Or trying to make people faithful that are not. A woman will get with a guy that she knows that neglects his kid or something, then she'll have a kid by this guy and expect him not to neglect their kid. That don't make no sense. You think you're different or you're going to change this person, and you're not going to do it, man. You're not. They have to change, and only God can change them. And only you can change you, and only God can change you. Can't no woman make me be who I'm not, unless I choose to do that. She can. If a woman makes me be something that I'm not, it's temporary. And same vice versa. You know, but authentically, that's on me and God. It's not, and it's on you and God. You know, it's not. I can't make a woman be the right woman. She has to just be the right woman. She has to choose to be it too. And this is why it explains why a lot of times when y'all first are with a woman, even a man, everything's good, then they flip because they chose to flip. They chose to not be good to you anymore. Sometimes it was an act. They was wearing a mask. But sometimes it was really real, and then they decided they didn't want to do that no more for whatever reason. This is why it explains why you be like, how's that the same woman that I used to be with for all those years? I don't even know this woman no more. When she starts sleeping with other men and shit, you don't even know who this woman is anymore. She don't choose to sleep with you. She don't choose to cook. She don't do shit for you. That's why it's not hard to tell if a woman's cheating. A lot of people say it is. No, it ain't. You just got to know what to look for. She was this person towards you. Now she's that person. She's doing something. That's not how it works. And even if she did show you the real her, she doesn't feel that way about you no more. That's why she's showing you this toward you. Because women treat you how they feel like toward you, right? So do men, honestly. People in general, they treat you how they feel about you. So when you see that flip, either she was wearing a mask and she's showing you who she really is, or she just feels, she don't feel the same about you no more. Therefore, she's not going to be the same towards you. Same vice versa. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. Remember, good men, if you're listening, the Most High is watching over you, man. Keep building. Do not get frustrated. Don't worry about the treats the devil got for you. I mean, he got a big bag of treats. He got like 500, shit, a million, who knows? It looks shiny. It's a whole bunch in that bag. But that bag the guy got over there, it might look small, but it's way more than what that is. And that's what y'all got to understand, man. Y'all been deceived and distracted by the wrong shit. Keep it moving. If a woman rejects you, keep it moving. If she wanted to be with you or wanted to let it be known or something, you would know. She would text you back or whatever. The same thing, vice versa, and all this shit, right? Just saying. Yeah, people are busy, so I don't want to just say text. I'm just using an example of if somebody wants to be with you, like, or inner interest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all live close and all that, and there's no excuse, nobody's really that busy and all this shit, you know. Or let me say this: you let a woman know you have interest, and she only texts you 3 weeks later or something. Come on, man. Stop that, man. Let that shit go. You know, don't be the dancing monkey for her, man. She a lot of them just like what's bad for them because they are destroyed. They have been destroyed as women, so they can't reciprocate towards good until they become good women again. You know, you ever hear women say, "I didn't know my worth, I didn't love myself," and all this, and that's why I like Pookie and Ray Ray back then. And then later, when she likes the good guy, she reciprocates towards good men that are actually good for her because she became a good woman. She became a better version of herself. But when she was out being that bad version of herself, the good guys was boring to her and all that shit. You know, she didn't want what was good for her. Because she didn't love herself like that. There could be a lot of reasons why she didn't reciprocate towards what was good for her. And the same thing vice versa. It's not just women, it's men too. It's men too. But men, how they reject women is, I'll just sleep with her. I'm not going to commit to her, right? I don't know. It depends, but for the most part. But for women, a lot of times, they're not even going to sleep with you unless you got something to offer if they don't like you, is what I'm saying. It's a lot of it, man. A lot of shit going on. I'm out of here. Definitely got to get in the house. Take me a shower real quick. I feel like riding around or something. I'm not ready to turn it in yet. I feel great. Have a good night.